Well, it's Uncommon Fossil, and today I want to talk about a new Arceus deck that I've been playing. This is Arceus Gyarados VMAX. Gyarados VMAX isn't one that I've played much in the past. I'm not sure if I played it at all before this deck, quite frankly. It's 330 HP, so that's a little bit tankier than most, and retreat cost is 4, so you're really never retreating it, and it's got 2 attacks, but they're both pretty expensive. So Hyper Beam for 3 energy, Water colorless does 120, and you discard an energy from your opponent's active Pokemon. So 120 for 3 is not great. Discarding energy is good, so we are going to lean into that a little bit with the deck by playing Hammers 2 to being a disruption-based deck. But then it's got Max Tyrant, which is actually I'm finding to be a very solid attack with in terms of the decks being played today, and that does 240 damage. And then it plays but it's 4 energy, 3 waters, and a colorless. So we play Arceus to help get the deck set up, but it's still a little bit of work, right? Arceus V-Star, should be familiar with that, 280 HP. Trinity Nova does 200 damage, but you excel it. Look for your deck, search your deck for 3 basic energy, attach them to your V Pokemon any way you want. So it really does set up the Gyarados. You still need to attach even one additional one by hand to do the big attack. And then, of course, Arceus VSTAR BRS does help you set up a lot. So it's a 4-3 Arceus and a 2-2 Gyarados. Then we've got Radiant Greninja to help search through the deck, plus it discards energies, and we do play a Melony, so that is a useful card in the deck, Melony. So Radiant Greninja serves that double purpose there. And then a 1-1 Bibarel line to get that Industrious Sizer's ability, and 1 Spiritomb to make life difficult for Mew and other, and to shut down Lumineon Vs also, which a lot of decks like to play because it is a good card. So we get some value out of that. So in terms of energy, 4 double turbos, since we are using Arceus to get things going, maybe even throughout the whole game. And then 2 V-Guard energy, right? Our Pokemon take 30 less damage from your opponent's Pokemon V. We do want to be tanky. That Gyarados is a tanky Pokemon, so we do not want it getting knocked out quickly. And then 7 basic water energy to pay for the attack on Gyarados. And like I said, we can use Melony to get it back into play. In terms of trainers here, we have 4 Crushing Hammers, a card which I don't really love, but it does seem to work well in this deck. Obviously, how well you flip coins will matter, but disrupting your opponent is definitely useful and will win you some games. 1 Raihan to accelerate that energy, basic energy from the discard to a Pokemon. If when your Pokemon was knocked out last turn, and search your deck for 1 card. So another way besides Melony to accelerate an energy. 1 Rope, need to do some switching there. 2 Judge, which does have times in games when you're ahead. Judge is better than Iono, so I do like having that as an option here. 1 Energy Switch, with that big cost for Gyarados in particular, sometimes moving energy to it does help out. 4 Nest Ball, 2 Professor's Research, 2 Boss's Order, just 1 Melony, so we need to hit it when we need to. We can search for it with our Arceus V-Star power, of course. 2 Path to the Peak to shut down our opponent's abilities. We don't have anything to bump Path, so if our opponent plays Path, we cannot use Arceus's V-Star power. But, hopefully we hit the pieces we need. 4 Iono, obviously just a super, super good supporter now. 2 Panic Mask. This is a card I haven't played much. Not sure if I've even played it before in the deck, but it works well with the Gyarados. What it does, it's a tool, and which means it says it was an item when it was printed, but it's no longer an item now. It's a tool, not an item. And it prevents all damage done to the Pokemon this card is attached to from your opponent's Pokemon that have 40 HP remaining or less. So it is useful with Gyarados. It hits for 240. So if your opponent has, say, 260 or 280, and 280 is certainly a common number, you hit into it, it's down to 40 HP. Now that Pokemon can't hit back and damage the Gyarados. So I'm finding this to be a very useful card. I really am enjoying it. 1 Cheren to help get those damaged Arceuses out of play. 4 Ultra Ball, and 1 Switch card. So I found it to be a very solid deck, pretty easy to play, and getting a fair amount of wins with it. So let's jump in the ladder and see what the deck does for us. Hopefully we find an opponent quickly. All right, so I will call heads, see what happens here. All right, lost the coin flip, so my opponent chooses. I would have gone first if I could with this deck, which you'd expect from an evolution type deck. So I'll go second, so I really need to get that Arceus V with a double turbo on it to get things going. This, well, could be worse. I do have research. So, okay, up against... All right, double turbo. Okay, I mean the reversal energy. All right. See what I'm up against and how this game goes. I guess I'm going to research. I can't Melony, obviously, if I research. So I can research, hopefully draw into a double turbo and an Arceus and a switch card. So that's, you know, I think I play one. I'm trying to remember. I have a rope in the deck. And now I'm trying to remember, does the deck play... I might just play one switch. I'm not sure. So might play two. I don't remember the count. So I'm going to have to get very lucky. Now, this is not the opening hand I wanted. I need to... okay, so I do get draw for the mulligan. And, okay. If I hit into an Arceus, then I'm really fortunate. So there's, I think 4 Vs... I have Nest Ball, I have Ultra Ball, so that is really, really nice. In fact, Ultra Ball will be nice because then I can even discard my water energy. But we'll see. Oshawott, so okay. So an evolution-based deck. They've just played Nest Ball, so Dark Energy, which we saw in the mulligan there. Battle VIP pass, get a better sense of what they're doing here. Okay, just checking what set it was from. All right, so a bunch of Oshawotts, and I don't remember now what this evolves into, I gotta say, so that's unfortunate. Unfortunate for me, makes life much, much harder. Right, so see what I can do. I might not be able to do much at all. Well, that really, really stinks. Okay. Gonna research all that away. Okay. Hopefully I hit heads. I would like to get rid of that energy. Hit tails. Life is not going well at all. Guess I'll put down the Arceus attached to it. And end turn. Not a great start at all. So we'll see what happens here. This has been... I played this deck a few times. This is certainly I think the worst start I've had. I can't remember a worse start up to this point. So we'll see what happens. Right, that's reversal energy they played, correct? So the good news is it only provides 1 energy at this point. Even if they evolve, because they're not behind in prizes. So they will probably just kind of evolve and wait. So we'll see what happens here. I'm going to play Judge, I guess. I don't think I want to play Path. No, I don't want to play Path at all. Probably don't play Panic Mask. I'd like Panic Mask on Gyarados, probably. I don't know if that will be helpful or not in this matchup. But I'm less inclined to see it as helping Arceus. I'm not sure, actually, what exactly my opponent's doing. So, okay. So that's a good... So I will grab the Gyarados, attach the Panic Mask, play Judge, and see what happens here. So I will try my hammer again. All right, got heads this time. So good, and it's a special energy, so they're limited on that. I think I want to attach to Arceus. Because ultimately I need, with 2 energy, I can use the V-Star attack, which actually would help me get energy onto the Gyarados, so I don't mind that option. I'll Iono for 6 on my turn, unless my hand's disrupted with like a Judge or Iono by my opponent. Anyway, so we'll see what my opponent does. I'm still not sure what their stage 2 does, so we will find out. Probably this turn. We'll see. Okay, so it's dark type. He's doing Samurott. So which makes sense with the dark energy. Oh, discard 1, draw 3, which is a very nice card. It really is. This card, it's a nice engine card, and then 20 more, 60 plus 20 for each energy attached to all your Pokemon. So therefore, that reversal energy would have counted as 3 if they were behind in prizes. So that does help get the damage level up. So we'll see what happens here. They haven't played a supporter here, right? They haven't played a supporter all game. So I'll Gyarados and Iono. Could help my opponent out more than it helps me. That's a risk I run. But at this point, if I draw an energy, I might attach it to Bidoof and just retreat. If I hit an energy, do I want to Iono? I think I do. Although my opponent's not doing much this game, right? So it's possible I don't Iono. I would like to get the V-Star, though, going, right? What did I discard? I discarded one Gyarados, and one V-Star. Okay, so I really need to Iono because I can't do anything else otherwise. Let's see, an energy or a V-Star would be really awesome. Okay, that's not bad. So Arceus, I probably want to get Bibarel down, right? Do I have a switch card? I have a rope. Okay. So I'm going to use Arceus' V-Star power. Get a rope. I have energy in hand. So I want a rope and probably a Bibarel. Let me just look at the energy situation in the deck. I have 3 to accelerate. That's okay. Whoops. So I need rope and Bibarel. I do run a slight risk with Bibarel of I got to think about this energy. I need 3 energies to do. My concern is with Bibarel, if I get energies in hand, that's actually bad for me, right? I imagine I'm going to send up the Oshawott. That seems like the only logical play to me. Oh, no. They send up the Greninja, which I can take that out. I would... Okay. Yeah, I'm going to play this now. If I get a special energy, which I didn't, I might have attached that instead. So now they can start using a reversal energy with this knockout. I get to accelerate all 3 energies. Let's see. There is some special energy here, right? Just 2 double turbos. And the deck plays Energy Switch, which I think, right? I didn't discard that, did I? I did not. So Energy Switch can certainly come in useful also with this in this game. So got 2 hammers, so that's good. Right, again, it's does damage based upon energies in play. So the more they can get discarded, the better off. If they get another stage 2, they could use the tool Dark Patch. Dark Patch to accelerate energy to a dark on the bench. We'll see. They're rare candying, so they get another Hisuian Samurott up, which does give them a nice engine, right? Discard 1 card from hand, draw 3. It is a very nice ability. I'm not sure that it's a strong enough attacker, but the ability is quite nice. I'll glare and Moltres, so see how much energy they have in hand. I assume they have energy in hand because they didn't attach energy. Okay, that I'm surprised. Because they didn't use their ability, so I'm surprised that they didn't use their ability to try to get some energies in hand. Okay, Iono, not bad. I'm not going to get knocked out. I will knock them out. Let's see. All right, they're Radiant Greninja discard. Just thinking through whether I should play Path to the Peak. See, they should have, I think they should have used Wily's Stance before playing down the Moltres. I think that was a mistake, right? They wanted to get, you know, they can accelerate 2 energies when they play it from hand, so they want to try to get as many energies in hand before they played it. I think that might have been a misplay on their part, but we'll see. Yeah, getting rid of Path. I use my ability already. I do have Radiant Greninja, which I could get. I don't think I'm going to want that, but it's there. Okay, so do get Dark Patch, so that will get 1 more energy, so 3, 4. So that's 80 plus 60, so they're doing 140, 160. So that they may be 2-shotting. So they're going to 2-shot my Arceus V-Star, and that's okay. That's okay. If they 1-shot my Arceus V-Star, then I will get to be very nervous. We'll see how things work, right? The nice thing is I do want to take out the active with the reversal energy attached. That'll be the second reversal down out of their deck. I assume they don't play more. All right, so using their ability once again. So 3, 6. So that, I mean, they drew 9 cards with that ability, with their abilities this turn, so which is quite nice. So, like I said, it's a nice engine. Something I haven't utilized yet or dug into. I should give it some attention, right? You know, is Dark type the typing you want? I'm not sure. Right now, they can obviously 1-shot a Dark weak Pokemon with that, but I think I want to take out the active. Let's see. I do have Boss. What do I want? Do I want to do something here? I think they still have Radiant Greninja there. So I think I'm just gonna attack. I certainly wish I had another Water Energy in deck. Let me just take a peek at what I have. I have 2 DTEs. Okay. Oh, I don't have the Energy Switch. Or maybe it's in hand. It's in hand, isn't it? Which I could have used this last turn. All right, good. I was thinking I must have had some more energies in the prizes. Because I played more than that. So, okay. These interactions are a little odd. The way the card disappears out of your hand that you're looking at when the opponent plays, it's in a sense. So if I'm looking at, say, my discard pile, when my opponent does something, it will at some point cause this to disappear, which isn't bad. It makes you aware of what's happening, but you do see most of the screen anyway. So in PTCGO, sometimes you could be looking at your cards from the discard pile or something, you miss actions that were happening. I noticed that sometimes. So they've wanted to avoid that here, but therefore it makes it at times very difficult to look through, say, my opponent's discard pile, because it keeps disappearing on me every time they take an action. And some decks take a lot of actions, and you really want to look through the discard pile or the Lost Zone if you're up against a Lost Zone deck. All right, so this game is proving to be slow, right? My opponent's deck isn't overly fast, so they might get that Radiant Greninja, so I maybe should have played Path to the Peak. I didn't, because I have my own Radiant Greninja that I might have wanted to get into play, which is why I held off that. We'll see. I might do that this next turn, though. Manaphy's fine. I'm not sure why they did that. I'm not hitting the bench. It's, it is what it is. So, that's their 3rd Dark Patch, right? So, good for them. So they're gonna wipe out my Student Samurai. They need to attack. They need to switch, right? Or, okay, there we go. So that's fine. So I'm just gonna blow them away, though. And they're going to have a tough time hitting through me. I think I want to start to get up another Pokemon. Maybe I should have started getting up another Arceus last turn into play. I should have I need to make sure I have the V-Star in the deck, though, also. So they tie me up for prizes. Obviously, they're going to have to hit through the Gyarados. My other VMAX is prized. Well, that's not bad. Do I have... Yeah, so I can do that. I have Cheren's Care. Sorry, I'm thinking to myself here. So I could hit them and get rid of the energy, which might not be a bad play. Though, let's see. So I do 120. Oh, they have 50 though, so they can still damage me. So that doesn't quite do it. All right, so I want to make that play, and I don't energy switch. I'll just take out the active. Yeah. So I'm unfortunately with the math here. I'm doing 10. I need to do 10 more damage to want to use the first attack. So we'll see what happens here. I'm out of switching cards, I believe, in my deck. So Gyarados' retreat cost is 4. I could probably keep playing him till he's knocked out of the game. I think I have 2 double turbos in deck. Now the problem with that is, with a second double turbo, I do not take the knockout. So let's see. The deck does play a Melony. I haven't. Oh, that's discarded. Okay. I believe there's a PAL pad, so if I can PAL pad, right, I don't get back that Melony would certainly be a nice option. So if they can't get any energies into play, then I have the nice boss to knock up the Moltres on the bench, right? They need to get a reversal energy. They are behind the prize. They're down to 1 reversal energy. There is Roseanne's backup that they could play. That never saw a lot of play, but that recovers up to 4 different types of cards, including an energy that can be a special. I think it's any type of energy, or it may just be special energy. I don't remember. It was really utilized to get back special energy. All right, so Radiant Greninja, but they have the, but they path themselves, so I'm not sure. If this stays like this, I will get rid of the Moltres, which I would be very pleased to do. We'll see what happens, though. So we'll see. This is being a slow game, right, up against, we'll say, an interesting deck. I got the reversal energy, though, so 6 energies in play. So 6 times 120... right, plus, so they do 180, so they're halfway to knocking me out. That's a very nice turn for them. I would have loved to switch into the Arceus, but they don't win with even knocking out the Gyarados. So I need to get that Arceus started to be set up. Are they going to take out the Bibarel? They are. They want a prize. I don't know if I like that play for them, but I mean, they just need to knock out the Gyarados now, obviously. So, I think I personally was more concerned about them putting that 180 into the Gyarados, I gotta say. Because now they might not be able to do that much damage again. Right? They probably can't do more than that. Do they have one more Dark Patch? So potentially they could get one more energy onto it. Let's think. So I don't need Spiritomb at all. So I'll grab my V-Star. The double turbo. Oh, the double. So Panic Mask actually could be a benefit to Arceus. And that is in the deck. Panic Mask is there. So I could... No, I think I want to sit on the boss, right? Sit on the boss. Take the knockout. They're not going to knock me out next turn. So they're using up their resources. That's the nice thing from my standpoint. Now I'm down to 2 cards. So if they Iono me, I'm down to 2 cards in hand, and I draw a third. But I can attack with my active. if they were to gust me up and not knock me out, I could hard retreat off the Arceus. So we'll see what happens. So, so what do? They do 220. So it's a big hit, and it does mean that they might win next turn. It certainly does mean that this is a risk, right? I'm trying to think now how this is going to work. We'll see what happens. Right, they have they're out of reversal energies though, so I don't think. I mean, and they have one more dark patch play as the most they can do. So the most they can get, I think, is 2 energies attached. Well, let's see. We'll see what happens. Oh, so they have Moltres. Okay, well that makes life much more difficult for me. They only have 1 though. That we'll see. Again, if they had energy in deck, they should have used their ability first. Get rid of Iono, which might not have been a bad play though to get to Iono. So Raihan, okay, well that's a nice play for them for sure. Energy, and see what they attach. So now the problem is, now I think I just lose this game, right? I think I do. Next turn. But I could... I might need to hard retreat, which I don't like that option, but I might need to hard retreat. The problem is I just can't attack with Gyarados again. At this point, they're going to hit me and hit into me again next turn. They may have boss for game anyway. I mean, they need 1 more energy on that Moltres. I'm going to guess they can pull that off. I certainly don't know that. See what happens here. So do 220. So that's a nice play on their part. So I'm in a bit of a situation, I would say, right? I could research. What do I need to get from the deck, though? Do I want boss's orders still? I'm going to research. So Hammer's a nice card. Alright, so if I hit heads, I might just attack with Arceus. I mean with Gyarados. At this point, if they need to get 2 energies attached next turn and they win, which they might do, I could retreat to Arceus. The problem is... yeah, so I'm going to blow up that Glare Moltres. They need 2 energies, though. They need 2 energies in play to take me down. So, all right, well, that's... okay, that double turbo, we'll see what happens. I mean, if they don't win this turn, then I win next turn, right? I guess there's ways they don't, but they need to get 2 energies. They need to get 2 energies on the Glare Moltres, and they have game. They can't Dark Patch being in the active, though, so promoting it might be a mistake, right? I don't know if they didn't play Switch Card. If they don't play Switch Card, the problem is if they don't knock me out this turn, they just lose, right? They didn't maximize the energy attachments with the Glare Moltres. They certainly didn't do that the first when they played the earlier Moltres. I'm not sure what they might have known. They didn't have any energies in deck for the second one. I think I finally won this game. It's been a slow game. It's been a slog, I gotta say, right? Not a very exciting game. Honestly, I will say this has probably been one of the closer games with this deck I played. This deck has quite frankly been pretty successful and continues to win. So, obviously not up against a top meta deck, which is okay. It's all part of the excitement and the fun of the game, seeing different decks. Let's jump in, see if we can get a game that's more interesting, right? That was a bit of a slow slog, that last game, so we'd like something a little more lively, something a little more meta, perhaps. All right, so choosing heads. Be nice to go first here, and I do get to go first, so that is a plus for sure. We'll see how things go here. All right. Oh, that is a very nice opening hand. Again, I don't have the ability to bump paths, so that could be a problem, but I have the Iono. I obviously could get my hand disrupted from my opponent. We will see what happens. Okay, so Chen PAL. So they don't. So Path will be good for this matchup because they definitely want to use their abilities. So this is a very solid turn one for me. All right, Battle VIP Pass. So a very good turn one for them. Just one Pokemon with it, right? Okay, just one Frigibax. Okay, I'm surprised that they didn't want to fill their bench more, but okay. Because I assume they have more basic Pokemon in their deck. But all right, surprised by that for sure. I mean, because if I gust up the Frigibax, which is always they know that's a possibility, even if they disrupt me or something, knocking out their Frigibax is bad news for them. I mean, maybe they have another Battle VIP Pass and they're just kind of holding off on it to be slow about it, but okay. I'm not sure exactly what they did, but all right, so I'm just going to Iono and hope here. So I'm obviously not gusting up the Frigibax. So, right, am I pronouncing that right? Yeah, I think so. Okay, well, that's quite nice. So I want to get 2 energies. So this is working out quite nicely. So I have 5 energy, so I don't need to get energy into hand. So don't grab an energy. I think I want Spirit Mask and the VMAX. I wouldn't mind some other pieces to get either, but I think this is what I want to do here. So attach here, because it is useful for some of these matchups, and I'll talk about that when I get things going. So I'll hit into them. They're not going to knock me out. Well, they could knock me out, right? The Spirit Mask could have been useful also on the Arceus, but I really want to protect the Gyarados. Now I'm sure they play rope in their deck also, and they might, you know, if they rope me, it's as good as a boss because I get no choice in what I play. I could have put down the Arceus V, but I really don't want that. Playing the Path, if they can't bump that, that's difficult for them because they okay, Excalibur, so they can accelerate some energies, but only what they have in hand, right? I mean, unless they can bump my Stadium. All right, so okay, so they're getting just 1 energy back, right? So that's not great. Are they going to? Okay, they're going to attack into my Arceus, which I don't mind that. That's not because they're not going to knock me out. So they lost all their energy. I don't like that play, but let's see what happens. If I were to hit into a boss, I would probably just grab that, but this is good. I'll attach because I want a 4th energy here. I will research. They have no energy down. Let's see. Do I want to get another Gyarados down? I think I could, right? Now, what's the energy situation? I have a Melony. I can get... it's going to be tricky to get that guy set up, right? I do have energy. All right, I'll toss him down. And I will take the knockout. Attach. I maybe shouldn't have tossed down the second Gyarados. Part of it, at this point, they're going to have to, even if they knock out the V, they have to get through. They still have to knock out my VMAX, right? So working on setting up the VMAX, you know, it's not a bad thing, right? I think making them... So let's see. There's Get Angry. Just checking out the attacks. I haven't attacked with the V yet. Let's see what they can do. If they can't do anything, I will just smash through the Radiant Greninja with Arceus. I could judge them. Okay, well, that's not a bad play. Now they're discarding energies, though, which is tricky. So I think I want to just take out the Chow Pen, the Chin Pal, sorry. I believe that's what I want to do here. Let's see. Coin flip. Nice. Get rid of your energy. I'm going to gust up your 2 prizer there. If they didn't have this Frigid Back down, I might have taken out the Baxcalibur. But oh, I didn't mention it. So the reason why Panic Mask is actually very helpful in this matchup, if they play Bravery Charm, it puts them at 270. I do 240. It puts them down to 30 HP, and then they can't hurt damage me. So obviously, if they bump Path, I mean, they can. If they get a Chen Pao down, they can switch. All right. So what are they doing? Are they going to hit into me again? No. Okay. They're making that play. I have Boss's Order, though, so that's not going to do them much good, I got to say, right? So this really should pretty much end this game. Now they have to bump the Path, and they need Rare Candy, and they need to evolve. And they can't win this turn anyway. At this point, I need another energy, though. If they gust me up, I do have a bit of a situation. I can attach an energy and retreat. So we'll see what happens here. So just my turn. So I will just take. So there we go. A very easy walk in the park was this last game. So I just set up. Path obviously causes a lot of trouble to a number of decks. You know, with an Arceus deck, you use your ability that one turn, and then you don't need it again. So Path is very powerful in a lot of Arceus decks, including this one. So this was up against a stronger deck, but my opponent didn't get going. I got up on him, beat up with the Gyarados. Once you get that set up, you know your opponent's in a lot of trouble. I'm trying to get to the right. So Gyarados at 330 HP, very tough to one-shot. Doing 240, I like that number. I'm finding that to be a nice number to hit, and then Hyper Beam as an option. So it's a very, you know, it's a solid deck. You know, Arceus decks, there's a lot of solid decks with Arceus, and this is a pretty decent play right now. And, you know, you get Panic Mask, and so you get to do things a little different with the deck, and that's always fun. So give it a try if you want. Take care.